So I, I originally made this video as like me complaining about some of the like clickbait titles that I see and like complaining about like streaming advice, but then I realized they're not really the problem. I am, and I assume there's other people out there like me who are the problem. And maybe, I don't want this to be like a sad video. I want it to be more like motivating. So, this is me kind of just, putting all my own failure in analyzing exactly what's going on with me. Because, like, at the end of the day, I think we all kind of know what our problems are. We just don't always want to admit them to ourselves. Like, the streaming advice isn't necessarily the problem, and some of the advice is really good. I just think me and people like me spend a lot of time consuming this advice and not practicing it, or not practicing it fully. And yeah, some of the advice is like really vague, or some of it is like really easy, I guess you would say, but then that advice isn't for you. It's for like people who are beginning. So I'm basically like redoing and skipping the entire intro I had, where I'm just complaining about streaming advice and blah 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 blah, and now I don't even know what to title this video, but I'm gonna figure something out. But I'm still gonna use the same thumbnail that says this is clickbait. Although maybe I shouldn't do that because it's not turning out to be fake clickbait anymore. I'm not saying that advice is bad, and I'm not saying there isn't anything new, and I'm not saying I have anything, against any of the content these people are creating or putting out, really. And if you're brand new to Twitch, please watch that stuff. What I'm saying is there isn't really anything you're going to find out this year that you didn't do last year that's going to make you all of a sudden grow, if you know what I mean. Now, you may not be like me, and I'm the only person that has been doing this for years, and I'm stuck on the actually doing it step, and that's cool. It's my own failure, and I'm putting it out there for you to judge me on. And there are people that have actually tried everything, and I'm sorry it's not working. But I'm willing to bet there are people out there who are like me, who say they've been trying, but know deep down inside there's more to that they could be doing, and they're just consuming all these videos thinking they're going to learn something new when they probably won't. A lot of the time these videos are just people kind of repeating the things they've said in previous videos, and made for like a new audience, or to like expand on topics. And I'm not saying it can't help, but don't let watching videos on streaming get in the way of you actually doing the thing. I want this to be your and my own kick in the butt to go do things, and we can come back here in a year and see where we are. But I can tell you, if just watching a ton of advice but being too scared to implement it fully hasn't worked yet, then it's not going to work next year either. It's easier to learn than it is to implement. And as long as you're learning, you feel like you're doing something. Like you don't have to try and fail and deal with it. I know I would, and still do, sit around and watch streaming videos, read about branding for a majority of my day, and call it work, and I'm not actually getting any closer to getting anything done. Now, I'm not saying consuming this content is bad in any way. It can be helpful if you just started out. I'm just saying it's like the same video every year, and it drives me crazy, but I get why it's done. I think Ashton Christ says it best when she talks about analysis paralysis in her videos. In fact, watch her videos, because she's a little more on the business side of things, and watch like gaming careers and stuff like that. Pick one stream coach, Twitch coach that you enjoy, and watch their videos, because all the like basic generic information just trickles down, and sure, it's helpful, but do it for like a month and then do work. It's these crazy like secret to success and how to get 100 viewers and growth strategy 2020 videos I see that drive me insane because they're all the same. And you're like, who's this guy? He's got like 16 subscribers and like 200 followers or whatever metric you're using to measure knowledge. And that's kind of exactly my point. I've consumed all this content and I'm an expert on seeing and not doing. And in one single concise video, I want you to know I've learned nothing new since the first 2 months of me trying to make content in terms of strategies that work. And I love finger quotes because they're like the /s of speaking. The only thing I've learned new is diversify your content, which I first heard from Harris Heller of Alpha Gaming like a year ago. And he's probably the one channel I'd recommend keeping up with because his content goes way beyond how to grow on Twitch. He doesn't just do like the growing on Twitch information. In fact, all the tech people are great. All the business people are great, but don't run into the same problem of consumption over creation. So this is probably going to be the only video you see from me on this subject. So if you liked it for some weird reason, don't subscribe because this isn't my normal content. I started off being frustrated at these videos and their clickbait names and they're not really offering me any new information, and then I just ended up being frustrated at myself as I was writing this script because it led me to realize again that they're not the problem. And if you're at the point of being frustrated by them, then realize you consumed too much because you're afraid of following advice or creating for one reason or another, like I am. Like, I wrote this script, then went to bed, and while I was laying in bed I was like, no, I shouldn't make that video because people are gonna hate it and not really get what I'm trying to say and think I'm just being mean or hate me because of it. Like, I think everyone is going to hate everything I do, and I focus too much on not wanting things to suck. But I know that things will suck, so I don't create because I don't want to suck, and it's endless. Mostly I made this because I'm frustrated with myself, and I spent like a good 3 hours, no joke, watching YouTube videos because I still swear I'm gonna learn something new, and now all I have in my recommendations are growth strategy 2020 videos and huge advice, this will change your life, and you've never heard this one before, that are all literally the same videos. But if you are anything like me, then you're probably not gonna take my advice. Anyway, unless I find something else to complain about, I'm probably gonna go back to not making Destiny 2 videos and find something to watch on YouTube. So, okay. Wow, that was something. I sure learned streaming advice videos aren't all bad. It's probably over-consuming them, that is, because it gets in the way of you just creating. That was the real advice. I'm gonna go create now. Wait! There's a Grow Your Stream 2050 video I should probably